good day everybody, and welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us from Belfast City Airport in Ireland to Birmingham Airport in the United Kingdom. We'll be using the PMDG Boeing 737-700. It's been a while since we chose this aircraft on the channel. We're using the Ryanair livery for a short flight, 44 minutes of flight time, so it's not very long. We'll be using real world time and real world weather. And we're using GSX and the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool. No custom scenery or anything, just the plane, us and these fishes. Alright, so let's just hop on in. So we're parked here at Belfast City Airport. The ground power unit, as you can see, is connected and it's over the air service by PMDG, but since we're using GSX, in a little while the air service should be replaced by the GSX ones. Let's first get ourselves onto the flight deck, and let's see if we can get the flight plan from Simreef, Ryanair. We're flying from Belfast City Airport to the Brummies, Birmingham Airport. Departure weather 0308 knots, 10 degrees, 10 kilometers visibility, 21 degrees, QNH 1021. Our arrival 08011 knots, it's a little bit windy, varying from 040 to 110. 22 degrees, QNH 1018. So let's take to the current airport that we're actually at. And before we start the boarding, maybe let's first power up the aircraft a little bit. Then we turn on the external power. Panel lighting, and before we do anything else, the logo lights and the anti-collision lights, they should go on as well. Alright, so let's start the boarding, and let's see who finishes earlier. So request boarding. So removing PMDG loaders and stairs, please wait. So I guess we should see them starting to move. And then in a little bit we will see the baggage handlers. They will arrive. There looks to be hardly any traffic here. There goes the PMDG stairs. So this is Alice. What are you doing, Alice? Good to have you with us today again. Alice is a regular. We see her on some of the airports, and then sometimes she vanishes just like that. It's a little bit scary, but you get used to it. Okay, so GSX handling by Ryanair. Pretty nice, look at that. And especially nice when they're driving through our wing, which we definitely need when we want to fly. But hey, you can't have everything. We all know that. Alright, man. So, yeah, we're on external power. I think up here, basically this is it for now. The aircraft is trying to find its position. Let me first turn on a couple of more lights. Just because we can, and because it's cool.
Do you want to board crew?
I'd like to board both crew and the passengers and the pilots. Okay. So FNC. So what are we looking at?
Pilot's boarding starting.
Let me quickly do a little sound check. Stand by. Sounds like a canary
Crew boarding starting.
who's in love. Okay, EGAC, and I believe we are at gate number 5. Let's see if we can enter that. And it actually recognizes, always nice, route. We clear out the scratch pad, and then we do flight plan request, SIMRIF route, EGAC, EGBB. So before we set payload and set fuel, let's have a look at our OFP. We have all the information here. Cost index 48. Average wind 092,024. And cruising 250. So cost index 48. Wind 092,024. And cruising 250. And block fuel will be 4.6 or 4.5, and the final reserve is 1.9. So 4.5, 1.9, that is all it. So we can set payload, that fuel, and we select the route. There you go, requesting. While that's requesting, we can set our squawk codes, 31.
Passengers boarding starting.
21, and we'll leave it on transponder for now. And we'll also set up the radio panels for the pilot flying and the pilot monitoring. So the boarding has started. Let's have a look outside, see if we can see anything going on. So that's looking pretty cool. Here's our passengers. I really like this about GSX, you know. That's cute. Alright, let's keep on going. So we can now load the route into our FMC. Or into the flight management system, I guess I should say. But you know what I mean, don't you? Alright, then we activate our route. Now to go to the lights page, we should have a very tiny little flight plan in there. And, you know, it's short flights. So we have a departing runway 04, then we go direct to DUFFY, and then there's airway Lima 15, then to PEPOD, and then airway Quebec 38, and then to MAKUX for the MAKUX 2 Bravo arrival for runway 15. So basically, yeah, very short flight plan. DUFFY, PEPOD, Vasco, VACPO, and MAKUX. So let's enter the departure and arrival. So runway 04, and there's a direct, so we can just deselect it. Can we not execute? That's interesting. We select none. How does this work? Is it already selected? Maybe I pressed it and I didn't even realize. And arrival would be ILS 15. And that would be the MAKUX 2 Bravo, I believe. MAKUX 2 Bravo for 15. Transition. PEPOD? No, I don't think so. So I guess we execute this as well. I still get the feeling that I cannot execute. I'm not really sure. Am I missing something? Looks like it's in here, DUFFY, chase, and the route discontinuity. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. So we go back to the route page so we can keep on going on. I still feel like I'm missing something here. In address, route. Help me out here, man. What am I missing? EGAC to EGBB, flight number Ryanair 812, runway 04. We got that. Oh, there's the execute, finally. Okay. Don't know what was going on there. Probably me. So active route, helicopter performance initialization, so 0 fuel weight, we fetch through there as always. The planned fuel, let's go 4.6. And then the final reserves, 1.9. And the cost index was 48. Then we had cruising altitude of 250, and the cruising Cruising altitude change to 27,000. What did I do?
Good evening. Hello.
Why? Let's leave it like that for now. I mean, I don't mind cruising at 27,000 feet. We'll look at the flight plan. What's it saying? Basically, it's saying 250,
Welcome on board.
and then we could maybe.
Good evening. This way, please.
This gives me a headache.
Welcome on board. Good evening. Good evening.
I've already forgot what I was looking for, so this definitely works. Let's see, calm wind, runway analysis, send winds.
Hello. Good evening.
Two five zero. I don't know, it's making it 270.
Passengers
Never seen that before. So anyway, so the cruising wind was 092 at 24. Transition altitude 6,000. So let's have a look. Don't think we can see the transition altitude. I don't think it will show on the airport chart. I'll take it, 6,000 feet. And execute, so that is in. And one limit. So for that we go to the performance tool, import from OFP, it doesn't really do anything, 04. Runway condition will be dry, runway length 6,000 feet. Let's import from aircraft, import the weather. And calculate. Again, flaps 1 takeoff. Takeoff 2 at 50 degrees. Trim 6.2, V1 125, rotate 126, V2 129. 6.2 on the trim, flaps 1, acceleration height 3,000 feet. We're basically sea level here, aren't we?
This way, please.
We're pretty much sea level, look at that. Anyway, okay. I guess that's how it is. Right, so takeoff 2 at 50 degrees. Boarding has been completed, so that's pretty cool. Takeoff 2, 50 degrees. Land at 83.7, 82.8. That is almost never the same for some reason. Takeoff, no descent path after chase. That's correct. Can delete that. So flaps 1, I believe. Flaps 1. So 6.2 runway remaining with 6,000. Just to double check here. 6,001, 6,000 feet. Okay. 125, 125, 129. So slightly different numbers. But we can go ahead and accept them, and that basically concludes the setup of the FMC. Although we will have a look at our flight plan in a little bit for the arrival. We do not have a long flight, so you should definitely check that out not too long after takeoff. So the position is now known as well. So I suggest we get ready. Let's turn on the fuel pumps, restart the APU, turn on the yaw damp, and what else? Pivot sign, let's actually check our fuel, emergency exit lights. Fuel 4.5. Let's get to our OFP. Fuel 4.5, okay, that's it. Just got a little bit confused there. 4.5, so yeah, the fuel is in as well. APU, what's our APU doing? That is ready, so let's turn on the APU generators. We can disconnect the ground power unit, at least through here. Let me just reset the camera here for a second. So cruising, let's just dial in 270. APU bleed must be on to start our engines. Hydraulic pumps, rotate the window heat. And that pretty much sets it up there. Let's turn on traffic, auto thrust, flight directors on both sides. We'll set cruising altitude 270. Vertical navigation is not doing it. Vertical navigation is dial in 250 knots. So let's start with the runway heading 037. At least we have something in here. And we'll just do heading select to start with. Okay, let's call the ground crew. So boarding completed. Let's set our parking brake. And let's close everything up and get everything ready. So release the ground power, remove the chocks, and I guess we can close all the doors as well. Close all. And then a little sip of my cola. So the doors are definitely not closing. There they are. Look at that. Okay, so we're on internal power, so basically we're pretty much ready to push back. Runway 04 is behind us. Very small airport here, Belfast City. Really cool little airport. Nice approach. Let's see, 04, so yeah, we are here. We push back nose to the right. We'll just follow Alpha and we get onto the runway. Very simple. So push back nose to the right. The air stairs are still there, although the doors are closed. So let's have a close look here at ground connections. That jog. Oh no, we need to remove the jog. I don't know why the air stairs are not moving. There it goes. Alright, let's do this.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Thank you. Okay, so the trim was 6.62, 6.2, 6.22 I thought it was, 6.2, well, this is basically just as analog as it gets, so we just put it at number 6 and a little bit over before a third, so as you can see, there, right there, it should work out fine for us. And then we go direct to DUFFY. Do I have this in the flight plan like that? Yes, we do. 181 degrees.
Gear.
TCAS still off. And DUFFY is 6.6 knots command, so we should basically probably turn left immediately, I guess. Then we'll set the takeoff flaps to 1. We'll wait a little bit until we start the engines. We do have a little checklist here, so let's run it. Flaps, green lights, and stabilizer trim. So we'll just leave this open here for a little bit. So we said nose to the right and tail to the left.
Release parking brakes.
You're releasing parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines are clear. Start at will.
Okay. So engine number 2. What the hell are they doing? They're just turning the aircraft and I'm pushing it back. No, 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 this is gonna go bad, man. Stop here, complete pushback. I do not want to be turned into the building behind us. So it sets parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Copy. HD is going down. Let's start off engine number 1. And we can set our flaps to 1. Auto brake to RTO. And then we'll need to verify our takeoff speeds. That'll do. Relax page. I believe I totally forgot to add the fuel there. Hopefully we did not kill our engine. And maybe you can also turn on the TCAS now. We got British Airways standing there. Okay, that's 2 running engines, let's confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking the nose gear.
Well, that will be a right turn looking at this, okay? That makes sense. So the nose is being lowered, as you can see. So now that the engines are running, turn on the main generators. We can turn off the APU. The APU bleed can be turned off too. And we'll start the packs for that short little taxi.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
So it's interesting that we're getting to flight level 270. Maybe it has something to do with the MAKUX there. Looking at it like that. Alright, so we're pretty much ready now. We're just waiting for confirmation of the bypass pin. Thank you. And she's going to show us again. Thank you. Alright, that's a good trip. So, let's just keep on going. Run turn off lights, taxi lights. Parking brake release. What the hell was gliding through our plane? That's always fun in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's get out of here. We'll take a left here on Alpha. Okay. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. So let's turn on the landing lights. And we'll turn on the position to strobe and steady. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Let's turn off the packs for takeoff. And we'll start our timer. If that is it. And then we'll set our takeoff thrust. 50%. And takeoff thrust set. N1 heading select. Takeoff going on.
80 knots.
So 125 will be our rotate speed.
E1. Rotate.
Rotate. Alright, we're up. Positive rate.
Climb.
Gear up. That's Belfast City Airport there behind us. And then we'll stand by for a turn to the right. I'm not quite following the flight directors there, so maybe it's good if we turn on the autopilot. Let's just see. I believe it was heading 180, so not very well prepared for this at this moment, as you can see. 180, it's at least taking us to our right, and let's turn on the autopilot. Flaps can come up. And lateral navigation. So CMD on, N1, LNAV, VNAV speed. The flaps are up. So we're on our way to Birmingham. 4,000 feet, accelerating to 250 knots. So for the after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds on, packs to auto. Engine bleeds are on. Landing gear up and off. So let's turn off the landing gear. And flaps up, no lights. So the flap lever is in the opposition, and there's no flaps up and no green lights. You can also turn off the auto brake. And I guess you can also turn off the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. And that's it. We are on our way, passing 6,000 feet, so we can go to standard pressure. And here we are. Have a look outside. Unfortunately, we do not see the passengers now. Alright, let's get back onto the flight deck. 10,000 feet. And the nose is also dropped, so we just turn off the landing lights. So I only discovered this recently. This is amazing. I was always trying to reach the individual lights with the little click spot. Totally unnecessary. It's a very nice feature of that. Seatbelt sign can go to auto. So I guess we're on our way. It looks like the simulator time is lagging behind again, a little like a minute or so. Hopefully that doesn't mess up all the systems. Feet, so we're climbing to flight level 270. Now it's the goodest time as any for us to prepare for our arrival and for our descent and our approach. So descent, to top of descent 37 nautical miles, 1755. I'm curious when is the top of climb. 26 nautical miles, so 1754. And then 1 minute later we'll start descending. So we should really get things going here. Let's go to the next page, and then we have the let's see, after chase. We'll first go to the charts for Birmingham and the approach. And there you go, NDB ILS DME or NDB localizer DME, so this will be ours. So we got the approach chart and we have the arrival chart. So the arrival chart is showing us MAKUX, we must be at flight level 270. So I guess that's why it's very interesting that the flight plan did not do that automatically. 270, SOSIM, GIGTO, Malud, Ambit, knock-in at flight level 200, crew, and then chase. Then after chase for runway 15, I believe that will be this one then, if that is our airport. So after chase, let's have a look here on the chart. Does not look like chase itself is on the chart, but we can probably go direct to Charlie Foxtrot 15. So let's quickly move to the plan page, and then we go step. So wait, is there no way to set the navigational display here? That would be so cool. No. Okay, never mind, let's keep going. So, after chase, yeah, so we can just line those two up. Or join them, so Charlie Foxtrot 15, bridges, and then we override the little blocks there. There you go. That's looking fine. And then something else, let's do steps. So runway 15, let's go to our fix page. We put in a fix for the runway. We set up a couple of things. The localizer, India Bravo, India Romeo, 110.1. 110.1, and that is in. Final approach course is 146. Excuse me. At 6.7 nautical miles from the localizer, we will start the glide slope at 2,500 feet. And the minimum, so we'll set the 2,500 in the window in a little bit. We're almost at 27,000. Now to put the range link, so 6.7. We got 146. And the reciprocal being 326. So 326 radio. And 6.7 nautical miles. That should be exactly the position where the glide slope will start to take us down. And there you go, 6.7 miles. And that is at Charlie Foxtrot 15. Okay, I guess. And let's also do a range link at 15 nautical miles, 326, 15. No descent path after chase, so I'm not really sure what to make of that. But we've set a bunch of range links there to sort of help us orient a little bit. So let's see, no descent path after chase. So let's see, we are holding now 27,000 feet. So let's put in 2,500. Chase 210 or below, and then flight level 090. Let's have a look at chase over here. We should be 090. Yeah, so not really sure what the deal is. I don't know, we might be getting, I'm not sure what does it mean, no descent path after chase. It's saying it's not going to make it. I'm not too sure about that. Hopefully we do not crash or anything. Wait, it's descending already? It could be. I think so. Let's have a look here on the map view. I guess it's good. This was really quick. Target speed 293 for the descent, and that is what it's targeting. So I guess I guess we can assume we're on the descent then, or conclude. So yeah, very short flight indeed. Well, nice. That's what I wanted. Nice little short flight. So let's keep on going. And the transition altitude, or sorry, the what is actually at 6,000, and then the minimums. I guess we could go 50. I'm not really sure of this aircraft. I'll take it. 50 radio altitude. And that is already at 50. Forecast descent winds. So we got flaps 40. That would give us 122 knots. We had 5, that is 127 knots. So for the descent, pressurization should be landing altitude, and that will be runways at 300, we could say 300 feet. Recall, let's have a look at the recall. Everything is happy. Auto brake, we'll set the auto brake to 1. The runway length, and I believe it's quite long. It's 10,000 feet, it's more than enough. You can use auto brake 1, so auto brake has been set as well, we can check that. Landing data VREF and minimums. So we got 110 decimal 1. 110.1. 110.1, 146. And we have VREF speed 127, that should be 122, 127 in the on the flight on the legs page. That is there, 127. We have our minimums of 50 feet radio altitude. We got 146 in both the chorus boxes. Approach briefing, well, let's complete that, I'm good. So altimeters, we'll do that at 6,000 feet. Let's get the latest weather. 08011 knots, this was issued 1750, and this is the current one, so QNH 1018. And we can pre-dial it in this aircraft, 1018. I'm guessing that is it, yes, 1018. So we're good to descend. So no descent path after chase, so it looks like maybe after chase, yeah, I don't know, like, is it too close together? And can we maybe override the altitude restriction at chase? That is now a restriction for 9,000 feet, or flight level 09. There's no significant terrain or anything, so what if we would make that, I don't know, something else? Let's see, actually. Let's go. Progress, descent. Vertical deviation was a little bit high, but we're good. the progress page telling us expect to arrive 1822. Yeah, so let's strap in the passengers. So 1822, time is now 1803, so 19 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent. Please return to your seats and make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. We are descending to our destination, Birmingham Airport. We should be arriving there in approximately 20 minutes. The temperature will be 21 degrees. We'll have a little bit of wind, but other than that, it's going to be a smooth ride and open skies. On behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew, thank you for flying with us. Alright, so we got that out of the way as well. Anything else we need to do down here? I don't think so. Speed 293. Let's go to our relax page. 293. 226, so we're holding a little bit around 226, but we're still nicely on the profile, and that's why these little rings can come in really handy, so you have some sort of idea where you are, in relative terms, I guess. So today is the introduction of the channel logo in the lower left corner. Just a little modest looking pilot. Thought it could be fun. Maybe there'll be some other logos, I don't know. I just figured let's have a little bit of fun with that. Chase and then Charlie Foxtrot 15. So that might those be a little bit too close together, perhaps. Flight level 09 about Chase. Actual descent clearance will be as directed by ATC. Do not proceed beyond Chase without ATC clearance. So 9,000 feet, so yeah, not really sure what we can expect. These are the interesting things of the channel that, that I can learn from. And hopefully you as well. And if you enjoy, that's the most important bit for me. But I don't know, 9,000 and then to 2,500. So we might have a very high speed approach, I don't know. Let's go in at left page. We're still at 122 knots for the final approach speed, so 127 basically. We're descending only 500 feet per minute for some reason. So not sure how these restrictions are. Yeah, no good, we should be flight level 200 and not below. So I guess it's just trying to reach it in as economically a way as possible. So on our way now to Noken. After knocking we get crew and then we get chase, so I'm really curious how this is going to work out, if at all. 1750, I don't think there will be a new weather update then. No, 1750, 08011 knots. So runway 15, 080. So it's a little bit wind from the left. So we've been flying a lot of MD-11s on the channel lately, and some 777s, and then the 737-600. And I figured it was interesting maybe to fly the 737-700 again as well. And maybe one day I'll do some more retail therapy, and I'll actually purchase the 737-800 or the 900 maybe. But they're just so pricey, you know. And again, I'm going to say it, part of me feels a little bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled, maybe I'm just, you know, first world problems. But I'm thinking, you know, man, I'm a paying customer. These aircraft, if you think about it, you know, they did not really have to completely redesign a new airplane. You know what I mean? So it's 737. I mean, it's what I think. I don't know how to program an airplane, you know. Or to develop that, no clue. But since a lot of these systems are already in place, you know, I'm not sure if the price would have to be that much. Maybe for one, but if you already bought one, like if you go to websites like Just Flights, you know, they have these programs where you buy something and you start sort of building up some more credit. So you can get a discount on your next purchase, stuff like that. Something similar that would look definitely cool from PMDG, I must say. You know, like the difference between the 737, 600 and 700, well, there's somewhat of a difference, you know. Does the difference really have to be like 50 euros or something, you know? It's a bit interesting. It's not like, you know, that I don't think they should make money. They definitely should. You know, life is not cheap. And there's been a lot of effort in it. And the results are amazing. They're really cool aircraft. Let's get to the flight deck. Okay, so on our way to crew, 17 miles. So yeah, it would appear that we might be a little bit high, I don't know. It is not telling us we're high, so in that sense, it looks like we're okay, you know, but could we maybe go direct to chase? Should we try that? Shall we just do a direct to chase and see if we're high? That would give us a little bit more time. I'm going to do it. Direct to chase. It is not saying we're high. Steep descent after chase. There you go. No descent after Charlie Foxtrot 15. So do we need to vector ourselves after chase, perhaps? It doesn't seem logical. It probably is, I mean, you know. But let me tell you what I mean. So runway 15, this direction, from the air to this direction. We're coming from this star to there. So what, we just vector ourselves like this? That could be, you know. Maybe we could do that. So 130. say chase. 040 for 20 miles. What's that, 15 miles? Let's have a look what's 15. Yeah, we could try that. See what that does. That will put us there. That's quite a lot. I'm not too sure. But maybe I'd be really sorry if we didn't. The route doesn't make sense to me. Let's erase this. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Go plan page maybe. So after chase, things are happening really quickly, and we're at 9,000 feet there. So there's indeed a very steep descent to 2,500. But these waypoints are so close together. Could we maybe do a waypoint before chase? What if we do that? But then it's going to have us at a higher altitude, right? Yeah, this is a really interesting, situation. This really appears absolutely short, but it feels so weird to just go like all the way out, make a little turn, and then get all the way back. Basically back to chase, I would think, you know. So let's just go rogue and make a run for it and just see what's going to happen. Check our init ref page, speed still 122. So final fix 15 is actually this one, not center fix. I believe center fix is final fix, right? I'm not really sure. So that is 2.3 miles till until we, I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. Brake required, I agree. So speed brakes out. Now let's drag this fucker down. With 10,000 feet, let's turn on the landing lights. Landing lights. And we'll start our APU. I'll put the engine start selectors to continuous relight. 6,000 feet will be our decision height. Speed's dropping, 236, still saying drag required. It's really it's aiming for 216 knots. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this. It is not yet nerve-wracking, but we're getting there. Still flashing at us, drag required. Now aiming speed 1-7, so that's, I think that's what it means, you know, that's quite an aggressive descent. But at least not an aggressive slowdown, rather, I should say. Speed's getting really low. Let's go flaps 1. And see if we can retract the speed brakes here. running for center 615. And look at the vertical deviation indicator. It's putting us ever so high now. And we got only 1 mile drag required. I am going to, I'm not sure if you're allowed to have your flaps out and your speed brakes. Let's arm our localizer. I wonder if we'll make this. Localizer capture. We're still above the glide slope. And our DME from the runway is 8 nautical miles. Look at this, we'll never make that, that's insane. So we're not going to do this. So let's retract the speed brakes. And can we sync our heading bug actually in any way? I don't think we can, so we'll do it like this. We'll go heading select, and let's do altitude hold for a little bit. So we're holding now at our current altitude. So basically we're pretty much stable. It's just that our speed is getting a little bit low, but it's targeting 171. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we will vector ourselves around again. So let's just do a left turn. So it feels a little bit weird. Again, the Simri flight plan. So I'm guessing our speed at this altitude is relatively low. I don't know, 170, but not too crazy, but you know. But let's just do it like this for a little bit. And then just basically, and let's see if we can keep on descending now. Let's go, let's actually go 250, or 2,500 I mean. So vertical speed, let's go 1,000 feet per minute. 1400, there you go, descending. Let's do another left turn. I hate it when that happens. So 326 will be the reciprocal. So then we're actually flying away from the airport. You can see now how the rangerings really help. I keep on mentioning it because it's so nice. Standard, yeah, let's go to local pressure now. And the time 1821, so let's see if there's a weather update. 1750. There's no 1820 yet, okay. So we're now flying away from the airport and we should be at 2,500 right there at the banana. And our final fix is there. So yeah, this is definitely definitely a really weird approach. We're flying away from our airport. But I guess it's a good way to get to know the aircraft and but yeah, it's interesting. So that's where the glide slope will start. So at least let's carry on to the 15 nautical mile range link. And you can see that once we get there, we'll be at 2,500 feet, which is actually a very good position to be in. So we're just vectoring ourselves into this direction then. Our speed, I'm not too worried at the moment. Although drag required, let's just remove that for a bit. Init ref, still 122 knots. Back to legs page. 3,800 feet. Time 18:23. Let's see if there's any weather reports. 1750 still. Okay. So let's slowly start performing the left turn. I think we can. 3,500. So turning left. Let's go to the intersection point there. So we're definitely taking the scenic route. Let's go even further to the left. And see if we can arm the localizer again. Localizer is armed, not captured. We should be below the glide slope. Flaps 1. Speed is now going down to 171. We're below the glide slope, so that's good news. We're also close to the runway, so let's also turn off the runway, turn off lights with taxi lights. We're 40 nautical miles out. And we're standing by for localizer capture. Let's see if we could do VNAV and LNAV. Let's just try a little bit, see what this does. And then we capture the localizer, or we arm the localizer. There you go, localizer captured. So now this airplane, there you go, is managing the speed for us until we are in fact captured by the localizer, or not the localizer but on the glide slope. Range 12.2. Reset MCP altitude. That's okay, we can just ignore that. So the landing checklist. Engine start switch continuous relight, speed brake should be armed, and then the landing gear down and the flaps the green lights. Okay. Let's arm the speed brake now. We're not yet on the localizer, or we are on the localizer, but not yet on the glide slope. There is our runway. So we're now holding 2,500 feet. And you can see our radio altitude is 2020. It's actually not shown here, it's shown here in this plane. That's interesting. Okay, so we're getting closer. Let's arm our approach as well, so that we can capture. And we'll do one final check for the inner draft speed. Inner draft edge, so the VRF speed 122. Final weather check 1750. 1750. Okay, so this will be it. Range 7 miles. Let's drop our gear. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Glide slope capture. So let's go flat 5 speed. an interesting approach, wasn't it? Let's keep on going, 4 miles. Let's go, flaps full. And then we choose 127 knots. Definitely some wind up here. Alright, so now we stand by to disengage the autopilot and hand fly the rest. Autopilot off. Looks like we're definitely cramming a little bit. Try and make slow corrections. Definitely a bit windy. There's our runway. Keep going down. So decision altitude's coming up.
Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue.
30,
Final. 12.
20, 10.
A little bit to the left, to the right there, look at that. That wasn't a very nice landing. I think we're down. So let's get our reversers out. So we went from the far right side of the runway, at least to the left of the center line. Definitely a lot of wind from the left, as you can see. Let's do some toe braking as well. Flaps up, engines to idle. And we'll exit here to the left. Alright, so welcome to Birmingham, everybody. That was an interesting approach and an interesting final approach. Well, I guess we made it in one piece, but it wasn't the prettiest landing. And sometimes when looking at the replay, it looks a little bit better than it felt. But yeah, here we are in any case. And then we'll park up next to the Swiss there. Birmingham Airport. We'll stop and parking brake set. We'll look at the damage. Oh well. So this is Birmingham. This doesn't look too pretty, does it? Anyway, I'll take it. This is what we'll do for today. Here's a little Ryanair 737-700 by PMDG. The aircraft itself was fine. The pilot, well, maybe a little challenged, but definitely fun to fly again. Alright, man, thank you very much for checking, and I will see you all at the next video. Bye bye.